Welcome back, Kiss Army YouTube, to Kiss Army Things YouTube channel. This is episode 91. My name is Jeb.
And my name is Xander. This is not a Thin Lizzy podcast, but the boys are back in town.
Ooh.
The boys are back in town. Cheers,
I like
bro.
that. Cheers with a fresh, cold money bag soda.
When's the last time you had one of these bad boys?
When was the last time I was in his room? I don't know.
It's been a while. But hey, you're back.
I'm back. Actually, I've been here the whole time, and I've been hiding in the Kiss closet.
Oh, okay. That's why I've been hearing so many noises, and that's why all the food's been depleting.
Critiques of the shows as of late.
Oh, yeah? Is that right? Okay. What's your... No, for sure. Well, hey, thank you so much for popping in and joining us on just a fun, quick episode of Kiss Army Things. And you know what the first question I'm going to ask is what you've been listening to, what you've been jamming to. What's the Kiss spotlight for this week?
I've been listening to a lot of Kiss, and I've been listening to a lot of Kiss.
Great. That's what we like to hear.
So, I recently bought, we talked a little bit before the show about Ace's album, which I still haven't fully listened to all the way. I know it's been kind of for a Kiss fan, I'm very late to the party on that song. Technically, I can go with Ace's new album, but I recently bought a bootleg copy of the Kiss Symphony.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
On vinyl. And it's not perfect. It's not the great. It's a bootleg. It's bootleg quality. But it had been a while since I listened to or seen the full symphony and had that full experience. Sometimes I'll throw on Detroit Rock City because I love that version of Detroit Rock City. It's amazing. But it's been a while since I listened to the whole thing, in sequence. Especially the pre-symphony songs. Well, what did they call it? After they played the regular songs with no symphony, and then they did that set where they played Forever.
Oh, just the ensemble.
Just the ensemble. That part, I don't know the last time I had listened to the ensemble.
Yeah, Act 2, A Sure Know Something, Shandy.
It's awesome.
World Without Heroes.
It almost felt like listening to it the first time, because sometimes I just either listen to just the symphony part or something, but it was awesome.
That is awesome.
And having it on vinyl is great. It's again, it's not perfect. It's acting as a placeholder until I get an official copy, but it's fantastic. Although I think it's weird that, and I could be mistaken, but I believe whoever made that copy didn't take the audio from the CD, they took it from the DVD.
The audio from the... Really?
I think.
What makes you think that?
Because there's stuff that I remember from the DVD that they would have cut out for the CD to condense it.
Oh, okay.
And the sequencing on the vinyl is strange. There's hard cutoffs. It's as if they just chopped it up from the DVD, because the CD sequencing was already cut and condensed and kind of made sense. And you think they would just do a one-to-one transfer.
Interesting. And
I could be wrong, but I feel like there's some stage banter that was in the vinyl version that would have only been on the DVD that they would have cut out. But I don't know. Overall, it was still a great experience just listening to it on vinyl.
But the sound is good, right? It still sounds good.
The sound was good. It's
It's more just the artwork you feel like was a little bit...
The artwork was poor. The cover is a low-res image, which on eBay it looked pretty good, but it doesn't always. But I knew what I was getting. It was a bootleg. I knew that it was a counterfeit copy. So I can't complain about it at all. But the vinyl is on this cool sort of marble gray silver sort of thing. That looks nice. It's got a gatefold with the current lineup on it from one of the past handfuls of tours, which I thought was strange.
So current lineup pick?
Yeah, it's the gatefold.
For an 03. Interesting.
And there's 3 LPs. Obviously, there's only 2 sleeves for us, so the extra one was just kind of thrown in the middle of the gatefold. I was like, I can't complain. Yeah, I thought it sounded pretty good at first. Now when I listened to it with headphones, I noticed a little bit of distortion, which kind of makes me think it was from the DVD audio as well. Again, I don't know why they wanted just on the CD, but
that's wild. It's
the best thing I have right now. That's not the official Symphony vinyl, which is what, $400 to $1,500.
It gets crazy. Even the 2014, the original, it doesn't matter. An official copy just goes for...
they didn't do the 20... Did they?
They re-released it on 2014.
Really?
Yeah, 2014 copies of Alive 4 also go for the same amount, $1,000, $800.
I've never seen the 2014...
I bet you haven't, just didn't know it.
Maybe.
Because it was very limited, but...
Well, in person, I've never seen...
Oh, right, no.
Because I still see handfuls of the 2014 reissues, especially the earlier albums. I always see the
I always
first
see
album.
Hotter Than Hell.
Yeah, I always see Destroyer and
Rock and Roll Over.
Dressed to Kill. I see all the time. I still see Alive. Alive 2 is more expensive for some reason. For some reason, Alive 2 is people, that's jacked up in price. But that, the Symphony is one of those, if not the holy grail as far as vinyl, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that we both need to like actually say, hey, we have a complete
yes
record collection.
Right.
Yeah, because that's always the one that's evaded us.
True, and I've gotten, I finally got a copy of the Millennium Show.
Yes,
that was not
me
easy
too.
To
that
get.
one was hard to get.
For
Took 10 years to get that one almost.
Yeah, for a while it was hard to get Psycho Circus, which I eventually got. For a while it was a little hard to get Alive 3, which I ended up getting. I found my way, finally found my way to get to all, to get
nice
all of them.
Reference.
Yeah, I didn't even
you walked
that.
right into that one.
But that's the one. The Symphony Show is it's the one that I'm afraid I'm gonna have to one day pay way too much. And you think maybe they're gonna reissue it. Well, the 20 was it the 5th? No, not 25th anniversary.
Yeah,
the 20th
the 20th anniversary was last year,
and
I was hoping,
and they could have sold.
They could have done so much.
Didn't
with
have
that.
to. No, the thing is, they didn't have to do anything with it. All they had to do is do a simple vinyl release.
Yes,
and that would have sold out like that.
With a T-shirt.
Do whatever they they couldn't have. They could have just done the bare minimum and done a basic vinyl pressing. They could have charged a good amount for it, and that would have sold out.
That would have been perfect.
And we could have got a copy.
It's one of those things where, and I know we've mentioned before, when the 2014 re-releases came out, we were very, very excited because we had just gotten into vinyl collecting within the last year or so.
Yeah.
Maybe the last, actually,
couple years.
Yeah,
probably 2009.
Probably 4 or 5 years, actually. Yeah, you're right. For about 4 or 5 years now, we have been collecting vinyl, but it was so hard to actually find copies of, not just copies of Kiss albums, but like listenable copies that weren't falling apart. So that was like, yes, finally we get these brand new copies, right. And we should have went and said, okay, we need Carnival of Souls now, Psycho Circus now, Millennium Concert now, Alive 4 now. And instead we said, oh, now we have all this time to, shop around, and, we kind of thought, oh, well, now we get to just have these adventures as opposed to, like, we need to get on it now.
Because the older Kiss fans were like, I'm going to fill that slot immediately on my collection, and it's funny because when they came out, for some reason, I just thought those 2014 reissues were just going to stay in print.
Oh, yeah.
And that they would be there.
But no, once they made them.
But now a good handful of them are legitimately rare. And they've it's only been
a decade.
Oh, that sounds like a long time, but really.
But even before that, it's been its way for a while. Like once
some of them sold out.
By 2016, 2017, it was very clear that like the demand for the Millennium Concert, Alive 4, they were going through the roof, and eBay sellers, of course, were loving that because they're the ones that get to dangle it in front of you,
and I bought a couple of them.
Either you buy or you don't. Yeah, Jeb,
years later, it's like the 2020 double platinum, the picture disc.
Yeah.
That one I found sealed. Just late last year, and I could say I overpaid for it, but compared to what they're reselling for on the internet and eBay, I got a pretty good price on it. Because that double platinum release is ridiculous.
Well, and that's one
hundreds of dollars.
That one that's one of those ones that I had no idea would even get to that level.
Why would it? It's double platinum.
It was a double platinum, which we love double platinum, but as far as like the picture disc, it's not anything like incredible and special. It's just like what the icons and the different colors.
Right.
It's cool. I bought it when it came out and pre-ordered it.
Right.
It was $60 at the time, but yeah, that was one that you just didn't anticipate it doubling in price.
$60, yes, that's a good. I
bought $60, and that to me at the time was too much. I was thinking, what did I do? I was in the hospital, so I was all drugged up, and I was like, what did I just do?
$60 for a record is a lot of money, and I ended up.
It really is.
For my sealed copy, again, I got mine over 3 years after it came out. I bought it for $99.
Jeez.
Plus tax, and again, go on eBay and look up. Was it 2019 or 2020 that it came out? I think it was 2020.
It was definitely 2020. It was June, July 2020.
Right, and so now those are one of the. It's hard to call it a holy grail because it's just double platinum, but that one. is up there with some of the most expensive Kiss records on eBay.
Well, and it's weird. I guess it does give me some kind of hope because, I mean...
it's worth something.
Ever since then, I feel like they've just been pumping out, KOL's been pumping out all of these special vinyl releases, anniversary releases, picture disc releases, and they always get bought out on KOL. They get resold for a bunch of money, and it's like, how long can this actually keep going? So it's nice to see that some of these records are still... It just makes me feel... Because, I mean, when the Off the Soundboards were coming out, you know, I bought every single one of those KOL exclusives.
Right.
And paid $60, $80 a piece. And once you do that 5 times, you're like,
it's a little... should
I have done that 5 or 6 times? But if they're going to retain their value, you know, I would not be opposed to selling those one day to somebody who...
I don't know about the Off the Soundboards, because I still see those.
They still sell them on KOL, don't they? They did for a while.
Those are... Yeah. But I mean, like... Because those were not supposed to be... I don't know. I feel like they expected to sell out of those quicker. Whereas those exclusives, like the reissues of the older records, those are...
Like 500...
People go crazy.
Like 500 limited ones, yeah.
You know, I don't know what the Elder ones are, because they did 2 Elder, or 3 Elder. They did the picture disc. They did... the clear vinyl version, which is the one that I have, and then they did the Japanese cover reissue.
Was there a half-speed remaster of that one too?
Yes, that's the clear.
That's
version.
The clear one. Okay.
Yes, which is the best sounding copy of the Elder I've ever heard, CD, vinyl, or otherwise.
Oh snap!
Unbelievable sound quality.
Gotcha.
I
have a couple copies of the Elder, but I don't know which ones they are. I think I have a clear vinyl first pressing.
Clear vinyl first pressing?
Or is it
clear sleeve?
Clear sleeve.
Inner sleeve.
A clear inner sleeve.
I was like...
First pressing. Yeah, clear sleeve. And then I also have the Japanese, don't I?
Yes.
Because
you got the alternate cover.
The alternate cover.
Which
they based the picture disc off of.
Yes, they reissued it based off the original limited...
So I have the original, but I don't have, you know...
The original and the original Japanese, so those are covering 2...
So between you and I, we got a decent
Elder I only have one copy of the Elder. I saw one recently... without the clear, because I still look every time I go to multiple record stores every week, and I'm always checking the Kiss stuff.
Absolutely.
And always trying to find a cleaner copy than the one I have, so I can have a perfect collection. I'm still not even close to being there. Although I did just buy an original Destroyer.
Oh, really?
I haven't had an original Destroyer in years.
So a first pressing, U.S. pressing of Destroyer.
I don't know if it's a 1976 pressing. I don't know if it's technically a first. It could be a second pressing.
Okay.
But it's on the blue label.
Nice.
It might be a first pressing, but I haven't dug in that deep. But I know it's Casablanca blue label. It's got the original inner sleeve. I think, you know what? I was doing a little bit of research, actually, and I believe the very, very first American pressing had a slight misprint. On
Destroyer?
On side... I think it's side 2... They forgot to put the number 1 next to track number 1, but they have tracks 2, 3, and 4 with the number beside it. Someone will know.
Ah, interesting.
So mine, you know, again, I don't know. I'm not that deep into the, first pressings and stuff. But it's an early press. I try to get early pressings or special. My phone is blown up. No one tries to get a hold of me until
Jeb's a popular guy.
No, it's eBay notifying me. Saying, because I have a copy of Dress to Kill on my eBay cart right now, and I have not pulled the trigger on that one, that Love Gun.
Oh man!
Like my whole eBay cart is filled with Kiss shit.
Dude, I've been missing out on I've been getting lazy. I've been missing out on like 2 or 3 eBay auctions of some stuff that I really wanted.
Yeah,
I'm kind of bummed right now.
I haven't. I've been a part of a couple auctions of some Japanese Kiss vinyl, and I haven't. No, I can't do it because I just overspent on 2 Kiss records, we should move past it so you can get to your spotlight. But we'll talk about more vinyl.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, my Kiss spotlight at this point, I mean, is kind of like yours, where I've just been listening to so much that it's just all up in the air as far as like 10,000 volts. I was listening to Sonic Boom the other day and Monster.
Oh, yeah.
You and I were jamming this Sao Paulo Brazil '94 bootleg before the pod, so. I'm listening to a bunch of stuff, but no, I kind of want to just continue on with the vinyl.
I love that. That's my favorite thing to talk
about. You got something for me that I wanted to show right here because we have it with us. And so you were kind enough to pick me up a copy of Kiss Unplugged on vinyl. This is a 2014 re-release. Yeah. And this is another one that I did not have. So I, for the longest time, just thought that, Kiss Alive 4 was the one that I needed to say I have a complete Kiss collection. I still need greatest hits on vinyl.
It's not,
there's a couple
I
that
don't
you
view that
just,
as essential, but
no, it's not.
If you want to be
essential.
completist, then yes, the greatest Kiss. And, you have the you wanted the best.
I do have the You Wanted the Best.
One that's ridiculously expensive.
I also have Kiss My Ass.
I've got an original on red vinyl.
Yeah,
so we both got that.
I got Killers
that was
now.
Not that rare.
No, I have Killers was hard to get. I finally got Killers.
Is expensive. Yeah.
Killers, my copy's decent mid condition. I'm just happy to have it, and I'm happy to have it in the collection. But I totally forgot that I didn't have a copy of Kiss Unplugged.
I can't believe you didn't have a copy.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
did. If I have something that he doesn't, that's weird.
And yours is special because why?
I got mine autographed by Bruce Kulick.
Oh, wow.
And I can't remember what year.
Probably
that was.
In 2015, it would have been Eric, so it wouldn't have been that. It would have been 2014 or 2016.
I think it was 2016.
Probably 2016.
I think it was later, yeah.
Because Doc was there. No, 2016 was just...
I can't remember.
I bet it was 2014 with Paul.
Maybe it was.
Because Paul was there. I don't know.
I don't think
or was it 2017?
I think it was late. It was definitely later than sooner.
Okay.
Because I didn't have that copy as early as...
I don't know why I thought you had a copy of Kiss Unplugged signed by Eric Singer. What is signed by Eric Singer?
I have...
Is it a flat? An album flat?
I've got my original Revenge signed by Bruce and Eric.
Okay, that might be what I'm thinking
Which is
of.
my personal favorite Kiss thing in my collection.
That's almost as cool as my Monster signed by 3 out of 4.
Almost as cool?
It's just as cool.
Dude, mine... oh. Do I have... yeah... There's not. I don't think I have anything else on vinyl signed by Eric. At least not yet.
Gosh, I kind of want to just look at this record because I obviously did break the seal on it, but I didn't actually dig into it, and it's nice. It's a booklet. It's a booklet. It's a whoa.
It's a poster. Yeah, it did come with a poster.
Man, this is nice. Look at that.
You know what? They did a good job with the poster, but the fact that it's not a gatefold and they didn't do color, picture sleeves or anything like that was disappointing.
This is a really cool poster. Yeah. I have never seen... I can see, through the light here, some of these pictures. And some of them I've seen. Some of them are screen grabs from the actual show. But there's a couple pictures that I've never even seen them rehearsing. And
oh, you know what's cool?
This is awesome.
I went looking through some of my stuff.
Wow.
And found an autographed 8x10 of... that's high. That's a high gloss.
It's high gloss. I love the high gloss.
But I found a picture. I don't know if it's on. Oh yes, it is on here. I found an 8x10 signed by Bruce.
Oh yeah.
Of this image, you probably won't be able to see it, but there's this amazing picture of him. I think he's playing a solo in the spotlight there, and I found that, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And that was from 2013, because he wrote 2013 on it. So I was like, "That's pretty cool."
Oh, so you bought it, had him sign it?
Yeah, to the 2013 Expo, he signed Bruce Kulick 2013. Because the Unplugged is such a just.
Kiss live albums are awesome.
It's amazing. That's one of the best ones.
It's hard to rank Kiss live albums because we were just talking about Kiss Alive 4.
You know what?
We should try to do that because that would be difficult to do because
there's a lot of live stuff.
Because I know Kiss Alive is Kiss Alive, but you can't.
But to us, it's not the same.
No, it's not. Kiss Alive 4 was our Kiss Alive because it was like, whoa, Kiss, they're doing something huge and something big, something new, something fresh after Farewell Tour. It was bigger than anything they had ever done to that point for us, and so Kiss Alive 4 holds a special place in my heart. You can't deny.
And the symphony.
You can't. Well, that's what I'm saying. Kiss Alive 4, the symphony.
Oh, for some reason I thought you meant the Millennium Show, but yeah, Kiss Alive 4.
Well, for sure that was the original Kiss Alive 4.
That was supposed to be Kiss Alive 4.
But no, just the symphony concert is incredible.
Yeah.
Unplugged is just musically flawless.
Love Unplugged.
And then Kiss Rocks Vegas. You could not have asked for a better live album.
Awesome.
Of the current lineup. You know, and of course Kiss Alive 1 and 2, and then Kiss Live
3. Live 3 is amazing.
Live 3 is perfect. So Kiss Live, they never miss.
You cannot. Yeah, I think that would be. I think that would be a really interesting video.
We should try to do that one time.
The Kiss,
see if we can.
Because I'd have to go back and listen to all of. Because it's been a minute since I listened to Kiss Rocks Vegas.
Right, for sure. That was one that I listened to maybe like 3 or 4 months ago because I have the hardcover book.
Yes.
That comes with the CD, the DVD, the bonus CD, the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Well, speaking of that, I used to have it on CD and vinyl.
What the heck?
And then...
Is this double sleeved?
No, that's not supposed to happen.
That's not supposed to happen? Well,
that's the inner poly liner for the sleeve there. But...
Well,
see, they didn't even get a good sleeve.
It was faulty, but that's okay. I like the labels.
The labels are cool. I know, I love the labels.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And that my pressing, these 20, all the 2014 reissues sound fantastic.
They do.
They did such a good job with those remasters, man.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Now I'm gonna have a difficult time trying to get this back in since obviously.
Yeah, folded out like a socket inside.
Oh,
out.
it really did come inside out.
Yeah, see, that's not supposed to happen.
What in the world?
Like a grocery bag.
I don't think this is gonna work the way I want it.
You're like, I'm gonna have to get a new sleeve. I re-sleeve everything.
Do you really?
My collection, yeah.
Well, you're like a serious vinyl guy. I mean,
I'm very anal about it.
You're
like,
would you say you're an audiophile? Would you call yourself an audiophile at this point?
not technically. I mean, because I don't have the gear to really be I'm like a fake audiophile.
Yeah.
If I had good like high end gear that could really, notice the difference, then sure. But I just love. I take care of my vinyl like it's precious gold.
Yeah, and I know you're really into like when Destroyer and Creatures did the Dolby Atmos surround sound. You were like in love with that.
Oh my gosh, I would take, a Blu-ray copy. And I'm currently in the process of collecting the Japanese mini LP CDs.
I was going to ask about that because you mentioned Japanese albums earlier. I was like, talk about some of these CDs you've been getting.
I've collected. Well, my collecting habits have changed. They're always changing. I've gone through so many phases of collecting, and now I keep because I don't collect vinyl for any band except Kiss now. I used to collect vinyl for all my favorite artists. Now it's just Kiss because I don't have the room.
Right, me too. Same.
I move too often, and I don't have the space for it. So Kiss is it as far as vinyl goes.
Exclusive.
CDs, I'm huge into, especially now more than ever. I love CDs.
Me too. Like in the last 2 years, CDs. I've been like going back to CDs. I have a new CD rack. I got a CD rack in there.
Yeah.
I got CDs in my car. It's wild.
I know CDs. That's my favorite format of music, honestly. Yeah. And it's not just because it's what we grew up on, but
it is what we grew up on.
It's just better.
It's reliable.
It's reliable. I'm just as anal about my CDs as I am with my vinyl. Because whenever I buy, and I don't really buy new CDs anymore. I always buy old original, like 80s copies of CDs. Okay. And there is a somewhat of an audiophile reason for that. Like when I bought the Beatles' Abbey Road, there's so many different remasters, remixes, reissues of that on CD. But I went back and they're really common and they're really cheap. You can go back and find the original Beatles CD from 1987. And to me, those are the best sounding copies because it's the closest you can get to analog, even though by definition it's digital format. But I forgot what I was going to say because I was going to talk about the what's called a SPARS code, which if anyone's keen on CDs, you'll know what that means.
I guess I'm not.
There's when the original CDs came out in the early into mid 80s, they had a code with 3 letters, and so the ones that I look for, a lot of audiophiles look for, is AAD. It'll be printed on the CD. AAD, which stands for analog, digital. So analog, the first A is analog recording. The second A, so AAD, analog, so it's recording, analog mixing, and then by definition, if it's on CD, it's a digital master. Okay. So all the new CDs, like if Kiss re-releases a new CD like the Creatures of the Night or whatever, that's going to be an ADD. It was analog recording, obviously, but they digitally mixed it, and it's on a CD, which means it's a digital master. So I always look for AAD CDs. Okay. And I collect, my favorite albums. Right. I forgot what I was going, but the Japanese CDs I collect. I have a small handful from other artists that I shop around for in person because I don't really buy those online a lot. But I found a small collection of Kiss ones at this record store in Chicago. And I had never really seen Kiss ones before, ever. And so I was shocked. And they weren't cheap because they're imported from Japan and, Japanese CDs. I am a sucker for Japanese CDs.
Japanese
and vinyl. Cool. I agree. I totally agree. I would replace every CD in my collection with a Japanese copy of the same
You're on your way,
and I would pay double for it. And I've got a lot of Japanese CDs. But I found, and the mini LP CDs are exactly that. They are little cardboard sleeves perfectly replicating the original albums.
I think that is so
It is awesome.
Cool.
Because to me, that's CDs are my favorite format, but I love vinyl. Having the mini LP CDs is the perfect blend of the two.
That is awesome. And it comes with like inserts, like little miniature inserts.
Oh my gosh, they go all the way. Like in my, which ones did I end up? So I have
the pictures.
One of the ones I bought was Dynasty, right? I was like, is it going to have the poster in it? Because the original had the poster. So I open it up, it's it is a perfect square. CDs are cropped a little bit, or they're smaller, but these are slightly larger than Redbook CDs, the standard jewel cases. So they're exactly the right mini size. If it's a gatefold, it'll be a gatefold. It'll have all the original artwork. You open it up, the CD's in a sleeve, like a record sleeve, and then they'll have a separate original sleeve of whatever it came in. So for the Dynasty, it's got the colorful KISS logo that's overlaid.
Yes, that beautiful inner sleeve.
I mean, it really is just a perfect miniature LP,
so
flawlessly
cool.
replicating the original. And they went so far as to not put Kissin' Time on the original KISS album.
Really?
Because I bought the debut album, Dressed to Kill,
Rock and Roll Over,
and Dynasty. They had those, and I'm still trying to get the other ones. But only one of them, which was Rock and Roll Over, which was an SHN CD, which is a super high material, which, looking into a lot of that stuff, it seems like a lot of it you don't really notice, unless, you have really good hearing and you have a really good system to notice the difference.
Not me.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm kind of... A lot of that audio stuff can be a total gimmick, because they make CDs that are so high quality that the human ear cannot register certain decibels, and they cannot physically, or it would be impossible to pick up.
So at a certain point, what's the point?
The nuances. Exactly.
Right. What's the point at a certain point?
Some of them go way farther than what the human ear can physically detect, which is insane. But the CDs sound good. I don't know if they sound better than any of the other CDs, but for me, KISS actually does sound better on vinyl.
Really? Okay.
The copy of Dynasty that I have blows that CD out of the water.
Even the Japanese CD out of the water? Is your copy original, or is it a...
It's an original. The vinyl is.
The vinyl is a pressing?
It's stone mint. It's like...
Wow.
It's not...
Is that your promo copy?
No.
Okay.
No, that one wasn't promo. No, I found one last year for $80 in a record store that I've never been back to, because it wasn't that good of a record store. But they had Dynasty up on the wall. And it was not in the shrink wrap, which I have no idea how it lasted in this good a condition, but it looks like you just took it out of the shrink wrap. It is the cleanest, best, like, technically it's not mint because it's not in the shrink. If it's only mint if it's still in the shrink wrap, or if it's sealed. So this would be near mint, but absolutely flawless copy of Dynasty. Looks like it has the poster, it's got the original everything.
Yeah.
Sounds incredible. And so I haven't done a side-by-side, but I remember when I listened to that vinyl, it sounded amazing, and the CD just sounded pretty good. But I think KISS is one of those bands that legitimately sounds better on vinyl. And I'm not the only one who said that. I've heard other people say that KISS is a vinyl, they're analog.
Oh, yeah, no,
band.
I totally agree with that.
And I still love CDs, and I still buy a lot of, most of the CDs I have were originally done analog, but I think CDs generally sound better. But KISS, when you play them on vinyl, it's just like, I don't know.
It has that better. Warm, crispy.
Yeah,
feeling.
It just sounds. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't. They still sound great on CD, but there's some
of that has to do with, I think, production too on the albums. Like, I noticed, Hot in the Shade, I think, has some great songs on it, but listening to it in the car can sometimes. I mean, unless it's like a perfect, beautiful day and you got the windows down, and you're kind of just focusing on that. But like when you start listening to the actual music, as far as like the depth, the dynamic range, some of that lower end. Hot in the Shade, it's not going to have it, But vinyl, you don't really need that. You just need that warm, crisp, inviting sound, that warmth.
And generally CDs do have more dynamic range, but I swear when I listened to that CD, I was like kind of almost disappointed compared to the vinyl. I was like, the vinyl sounded like it had more high end. It sounded more crisp and clear than the CD. And maybe I'll have to.
Could be your speakers.
Could be the speakers. It could be, I did move apartments. It could be the room that it's in that may have changed, but it's just super interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Japanese CDs are cool. I mean, for me, it's aesthetics.
Well, and you mentioned Japanese CDs, so I pulled this off the shelf to show because you mentioned Unplugged the vinyl. Here's my Japanese copy of Unplugged, which, again, you don't really see that very often, but I had this imported
do not have those
last year. Bought this from somebody in Japan.
So this is cool because I have... first of all, this is an SHM CD too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a super high material. Apparently, it's mostly the same process, but the CD is supposed to have made of slightly different material or something like that. It's supposed to be high. It's just supposed to be a higher quality CD.
Yeah, well, the Japanese, they always put higher
Yeah.
higher effort into everything.
Exactly. And this one, this is cool because it's got that extra track. It's actually got to choose
That's
on
the
it.
bonus track. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
First of all, it should have made it to the original album.
Exactly.
And second of all, if they did make it a bonus track, it should have at least been in the correct sequence order because it makes it sound kind of weird coming after Rock and Roll Night.
It does, but this
But
is cool.
still, it's a Japanese copy of Kiss Unplugged, and so I thought I would, just share it with you, share it here today, since we're kind of talking about records and CDs. But you mentioned the Japanese CDs and how they had all the original inserts. One thing I thought was super cool, and I got to get me some of these, and I'm surprised you don't, and maybe you will after I mention this, but when the Off the Soundboards were being released, like I know when the Tokyo Off the Soundboard was released, the Japanese version of that came with a miniature replica of the Farewell Tour book.
Oh,
which I thought was such an awesome inclusion because,
amazing.
Again, it's a little tiny version of, and I don't think I have a copy of the Farewell Tour. I need to get me a Farewell Tour book, a Farewell Tour book. But either way, yeah, I heard that when the Japanese or the Tokyo Off the Soundboard came out, that the Japanese versions were had a little bit more effort put into it, a little more packaging and a little more goodies with it, because that was one complaint we all had, was that they were just bare bones albums, and I think that's what prevented them from being these big huge sellouts, was the low effort packaging. And
especially in light of so many amazing looking bootlegs that are still being released. I mean, some people who make those things go all out and they go crazy, and the artwork is incredible.
Yeah,
they put so much heart and soul into it, and then you look at, and I get no shade or whatever to the designers at T42, because they always do a fantastic job.
They do what they're told.
Right, but I think they're just ugly to look at.
Yeah, the gray. I mean, look down there.
I mean, I don't have any of them on vinyl, which
it's an entire gray or brown section.
Brown, yeah. I have the CDs, and I don't like the size of the CDs. It's a gatefold, but it's just a brown car. It's just like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that.
They just wanted to cut costs and bare bones. Yeah, I mean, they figured that fans would buy it anyway. It seemed like they put most of their effort in the merch surrounding it. You could also buy your T-shirt, buy your cards, and your this. And it's like, well, why not just make it about the music?
Needs to be on the actual.
Yeah, music. Whoever's running the show. I don't know if I doubt if it's Gene and Paul or it's Universal.
Speaking of who's running the show, we could also talk about the Creatures.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the Creatures Super Deluxe 9 LP, whatever the hell that was. Because for months, people have been talking about this impending item for $900. It's going to be this huge thing. What can it be? All of a sudden, it's like a repeat of what happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
On steroids. But it's like, why?
Why? That's the only thing I can think of is just question marks.
40th anniversary? That was 2 years ago. It's 2024.
Yeah.
The album came out in 82.
Why Creatures? No word on Destroyer, since I've done a box set for both.
Right. It was almost, it was like you get everything that came with the box set, but just 9 LPs and the hoodie.
That's a big box for what most of us already have.
For $1,000? Yeah. When the original cost like what, $250?
Yeah, it was not bad. Yeah,
so take that and then add a few records to it, and that's all of a sudden $600 more.
Now there is an argument to be made, because a lot of people, there is a market for the vinyl release of both box sets, because a lot of people did complain.
It is glow in the dark
after Destroyer, and they said, well, even after Destroyer and then after Creatures of the Night, people were like, so no vinyl release? What do you like? What about all the people? It's a missed opportunity. And now that they're doing it, it was just too late.
Yeah, it
just when I saw it, I was like, we're doing this again, but now it's way more money.
Makes no sense.
I don't know how many copies of these they pressed, but I'm like, this could be bad, because that's a lot of money.
Well, and
that's an expensive box set.
I noticed that there's one set for $900 that comes with 9 LP. They're all glow in the dark, and then there's a second package for $600 that has all 9 pieces that are just standard black. So is this glow in the dark really worth $300? One comes with a hoodie, one comes with a T-shirt. Like I don't even care. It just made no sense.
It doesn't.
And I'll be the best way to describe it was that it was a feeling of disappointment, followed by a sigh of relief.
Because you really don't have to want it.
If there really was something that was $900 that I just had to have, I probably would have either not gotten it and been really sad, or I would be living on the streets with just me and that item.
Me and the Creatures box.
Yeah, me and the box set. You know what I mean? Yeah, just me, because Daphne wouldn't want to be with me. You know, I wouldn't be able to pay for the house. You know what I mean? Like it would just be me and this item. So like, am I really going to do that? No, that's stupid. So I was kind of happy that it was.
Yeah, because we're like,
I was like, okay, good.
No, we're not missing anything.
Now I can forget about it and I can be like, oh, we're good. But a lot of people were very upset, and all of those comments on both Instagram and Facebook were. They were very negative.
Yeah.
And it's more negative than usual. Like this was a WTF moment for a lot of people.
Big head scratch.
I don't know any person that was like salivating and like, oh bro, gotta have it now.
Like, finally.
Everyone's like, really?
Everyone's like, what?
What? Like I already bought this. And so I mean, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. And did you see what they did with the first album? That $1,500 banner? They had a banner for $1,500 on KOL for the first album that was not worth even half that. Such a weird
banner?
It was a banner. Like I'll pull it up right here right now. I already showed it on the episode, so they know what I'm talking about. But I do want to show Jeb this freaking banner and get his thoughts, because it was one of those things where, again, you think it's the first album, right? 50 years. But look at this banner. $1,500.
Kiss X Oxford pennant.
And it gets a little video here.
Why is that $1,500?
Yeah.
I can make that.
Yeah, it's a piece of fabric with some rhinestones on it. And it's $1,500.
That is.
They were selling banners at the end of the road tour, the last show in New York, for $750. That were end of the road banners like this or something like that.
That looks like.
And this is
$75.
Double. That's why I said it was like $100. You know.
Yeah.
And yet here it is for $1,500, and you just got to ask yourself, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Because we could. Why put your energy into that? And again, I know it's not really this simple, but like. We could be getting a new off the soundboard.
I wish.
Or a new anything. But that box, I love vinyl and I love Kiss vinyl as much as, the next Kiss fan, but like that's a risky move, because do you want to listen to 9
of sound effects?
LPs.
Of sound effects and alternate takes and instrumentals?
I don't think a lot of that stuff is meant for vinyl.
That's cool for one listen through on your CD to have in your collection.
It's a lot for a CD.
Who wants to listen to a whole record of sound effects?
Well, think about most adults. Okay. Even I, have a hard time going through the entire box set in one sitting. Sometimes,
of course,
I'll listen to 2 CDs, and then the next day I'll pick up the next 2 CDs.
Sure.
A triple LP is a little cumbersome to a lot of even vinyl collectors and vinyl lovers.
Yeah.
A 9 LP box set? That's
a lot of
exhausting.
Space.
That's a hell of a lot of space. That's a hell of a lot of money. That's a hell of a lot of time you have to spend with this thing. Maintenance. Because vinyl is very touchy. It's finicky.
Yeah, you better have no kids, no mortgage.
I mean, that to me is just a head scratcher. I'm like, you know what? Some people are going to buy it. I know some people are going to buy it.
How funny would it be if the eBay buyers buy it for $1,000, upsell it for $2,000, and no one buys it, and they're stuck with this product that they wasted?
I would love that.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love that.
I bet that's what they're doing. They're doing it for the eBay buyers, because they want the eBay buyers.
Because they know that they're going to get bought.
Because they know that whenever they do anything, it always gets bought up by the scalpers and the eBay buyers. So maybe Kiss is just... They don't even care.
Just one step ahead.
Let's just sell it for whatever price we want and let everybody else deal with it.
This is actually very smart.
This is a smart business opportunity. But, okay,
and the banner, too.
We mentioned Creatures and the Glow in the Dark 9 LP. So let's talk about the other Creatures album that you got. So talk about Jeb. This is a master vinyl shopper. He gets all the deals, all the good stuff. He has all the luck
for it every day. I'm telling you, I live in Chicago now, and I go to all the good record stores. I'm always looking for not just Kiss stuff, other music related stuff, but mostly Kiss. And on one of my little adventures, this was many months ago, 8 to 10 months ago, when I was out at a record store, at a record store called Reckless Records, which there's at least 3 locations of in Chicago. And I saw behind the registers they had this wall of vinyl, which were the higher end, more rare, sought after pieces.
The stuff that they're not to put on the floor.
Exactly. So there's one that stuck out to me because it was a copy of Creatures of the Night, and I thought, why do they have a copy of Creatures of the Night behind the register? I mean, even if it's a first mint, it could have been a first pressing, mint condition.
Yeah.
And the shrink wrap.
$125.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, that's pretty cool, but like that's a lot to, put next to like, I don't even know what else they had up there. A bunch of, like like an original White Album numbers.
There you go.
Yeah, like the 5th pressing.
Something crazy like that. Yeah.
So I walked up to the register and I said, "What is that? Can you tell me anything about that Kiss record on the wall? Because I'm interested." But by the way, I had a price tag of $300 on it. So he goes, "Well, I'll just let you look at it." He didn't care. He was just like, "I'll pull it off the wall and here you go. Just look at it." So I looked at it and then I had never seen this copy. I didn't even know this copy existed before until it was in my hand. But there was a hype sticker on it because it was still in the shrink, and it was a green hype sticker. And it said glow in the dark vinyl.
Ooh.
I said, "Is this a bootleg?" I was like, I have literally never ever heard of Creatures of the Night glow in the dark vinyl. Never have I heard.
Like one of the most rare things.
Yeah, heard of it. Never have I seen it. And so I thought, okay, $300. I thought it was a fake copy when I first saw it. And so I said, okay, that's cool. I'm not spending $300 right now.
No.
But every time I went back to that record store, every single time it was there on the wall. So eventually I went on Discogs, which they have an app. I have the Discogs app on my phone. If you didn't know, they have an app.
Okay.
And so I looked it up and I was like, no, it's an official 1990, was it 1996 or 95? Very limited, I don't know how many, vinyl release of the glow in the dark vinyl. So I went on eBay and there's a bunch of people. I'm like, this is a real thing. It's not just a one-off bootleg thing. And so, but I still thought $300. You know what? I've got the newly has to be remaster. It sounds great. I went in there. What was that, about a week or two ago, to the same record store, and they knocked the price down to $200.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's been there for, who knows how long before I first saw it, and that was almost a year ago.
Right.
And so I said $200. That's a hell of a lot for a vinyl record.
But it's like 1/3.
Yeah.
The price got knocked off.
Yeah. And the most I've ever spent on a vinyl record was $250. So I was like, it's up there with some of the most expensive vinyl I've ever bought. But I thought, you know what? I could not stand the thought of anyone else walking out of the store with that thing than me. So, and I thought, okay, so they're knocking down the price because no one's biting, no one's wanting it, and there's no diehard Kiss fan close enough around here to finally
snap
pull
that
the
up.
trigger on.
That's a pretty rare vinyl release that everybody watching is like, oh my gosh, you saw what in person for how much?
Yeah, and it was in the shrink wrap with the hype sticker, so it's not like a beat up, halfway decent copy of the glow in the dark. I'm like, no, this was a pristine, almost brand new copy. Pristine 16. So I went up to the counter and I said, do you guys take any offers for those records behind there? And the girl was like, let me ask the guy in charge. And so they said, no, we're not going to, we can't take offers, but we can do 15% off. Okay. And I thought, sold.
That's pretty much the same thing. We can't do offers, but we'll give you a discount.
Yeah,
we'll make you an offer.
Yeah, we'll lower the price for you.
Hey, that works. You got to ask, though.
You don't 15%, it's not a ton, but 15% off 200 is good enough for me.
It's like 170.
I was like, I don't know if I'll ever see a copy again. I just thought it was too good of an opportunity. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I don't buy it. And I'll be thinking about it because I have thought about it every time I went in there. Like, I want that vinyl. I want it so bad. And that day they had just lowered the price and they lowered it even more for me. And so I bought it for, I don't know how much it was. It was almost $200, probably with tax. Probably balanced it right out.
Sure, but
then I bought a couple other things while I was there. That was the same day I bought my original Destroyer because I'm trying to get.
That was a good day.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my collection to be mostly older pressings, which I used to do, and then I sold them all. Got all the new pressings, sold them all, and now I'm going back to getting the old pressings, and now hopefully I'm going to stick with it. Because I feel like I have to preserve Kiss vinyl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that weird? I feel like I'm buying these so I can save them and protect them.
Yes, me too.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want people crapping these things up.
Right, no, exactly. And my idea is that I go and I rescue vinyl. Exactly. You're out here buying the mint of the mint. I'm out here going where's the stuff? Diving. Yeah, where's the stuff that's ripped in half, falling apart, got coffee stains?
See, I don't
people
do
wrote
that.
their names on it. Not really, but I like to buy the records and then clean them up and make them look real nice and whatever. But yeah, between the two of us, we're holding the fort down for sure.
So I bought the. I still haven't listened to it yet. I don't know why I haven't, because I bought the Symphony, I bought the Destroyer, I probably bought something else on vinyl, a couple bootlegs from Kiss. So I'm saving that for the perfect rainy day where I can sit down and fully enjoy it, because I hope it sounds good. I know nothing about the sound quality, but it's a 90s pressing, and it is on the Mercury label.
So hopefully it's good.
I'm sure. I mean, it's to me, it's just such a, it's the exclusivity of having.
You know what?
Is the cool part.
Since you have the box set too for Creatures, right?
The CD, yes.
Yes, but I mean,
Yeah,
but you have that big box set though.
Absolutely.
You may go through that book. I bet that book has more details on, because they had every single vinyl variant, every single release in there with pictures, and you may see if you can go in there and just kind of do some more research on it while you're listening to it.
I do. Well, I want to know how many were pressed.
There you go. You might be able to find that out online or in that book or something.
You'd think it would say on the hype sticker or on the jacket or on the LP.
I bet someone's in the comments right now saying limited to whatever. I have one, and it's
if
whatever.
someone knows, maybe I'll get in touch with Mark Cicchini or something.
Absolutely, yeah. If you guys have any insight on anything we're talking about, please drop in the comments, because
how many? Maybe I got ripped off. Maybe there's 100,000 copies out there.
I've never heard of it, so I doubt it.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I'd never heard of it until I saw it, and then really wanted it.
Yeah, absolutely.
and then bought it.
Absolutely.
For about $200 American.
I tell you what, I want to get to some gifts. Did you buy anything else recently? Was that all that you've been getting? I know it's been...
Well, it all happened at once because I got the Symphony bootleg in the mail.
Right.
Oh, well, before that, I got the original Kiss album, first pressing without Kissin' Time.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another that's one of my holy grails on the
You got that the day we did our episode for the first album.
Yes, and it's in good shape. It's not mint or anything like that, but it's in pretty clean shape for what it is.
No Kissin' Time.
Super proud to have that. That was also not cheap.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always replacing. Like, okay, I got this pressing. Now I can sell this one, and then now I got this pressing. So I'm constantly like either trying to find cleaner copies, because right now I really need a good original press of Dress to Kill, because I have a halfway decent 1985 Dress to Kill pressing that I really like to get an original of, but they are impossible to find without significant... Oh no, I just bought... Okay, you know what? This was just within the last 3 days.
Okay.
I finally got an early... Well, it's not an original copy, but it's a 1976 pressing of Alive on the Blue Casablanca label. And that is a very, very clean copy.
Okay.
And those are hard to find in good condition. They always have a bunch of ring wear, and the vinyl's always torn up.
Oh, yeah.
It's missing the booklet, so I'm going to have to replace the booklet. I'm probably going to try and buy one on eBay. Because before that, I had a 2014 reissue of Alive, and that was good enough until I saw that beautiful vintage copy, and I was like... And it was like $20.
Oh.
Probably because it was missing the booklet, but I was like, amazing.
That's still awesome. I have a couple copies of Dress to Kill, but I really don't know much about them at this point. But yeah,
Let me see them, because I'm going to tell you something about
them. Here we go. I mean, they do have the embossed cover, which I
that
love.
Is good.
The embossed cover.
That's the sign of an original, because my 85 pressing, my 1985 pressing is not embossed, and it's on the tan cast. That's also what you want to look. That's probably a first pressing right there. If it's got
Casablanca, no, it's Filmworks. Were they on Filmworks by then?
Check the label. Is it blue or tan?
The label. Maybe the sleeve is just different. I don't know. The label is.
So that's a later pressing.
This is the later pressing, yeah.
Well, I mean, by later, I mean not a first.
Okay, yeah.
But it's still an early pressing. It's got the embossed cover.
NBLP 7016.
A lot of all those early Kiss records are 701. That's the same thing as my Alive.
Yeah. But yeah, so it is embossed. It's a blue label, but...
Oh, I think this one's blue. Oh, that's a tan label.
Oh, this is a tan label? Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
This one's a blue label.
This was a blue label. Okay.
1975.
And these could have been Frankenstein by somebody before me. I really don't know. I don't claim to be a vinyl Kiss expert. I think you're more of an expert than I am.
I mean, a lot of the time, it's there's some telltale signs. Again, obviously the embossed cover and the tan blue label is what you want to look for. This one is both, so I'll take this one home. I love that. That's so cool. Again, I have the last series of pressings they did before the 2014 re-release. This was 1985. Oh my god, that's in beautiful condition.
Heck yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, I can see it from here.
That's incredible.
Not a scratch on her.
That's... Wow.
Yeah, these would have been...
This is a really nice pressing.
I think I got one of them at Karma and then one of them at a Kiss Expo.
Dude.
It's pretty awesome.
Dude, if I saw this in a store, I'd buy it.
Yeah, and I got it for pretty cheap. I don't know if the price tags are still on them, but...
Kiss, these records are getting more expensive.
They are.
I noticed that as I go shopping.
And when we used to buy records, dude, you could buy this right here.
$7-8.
This would have been $15 max.
We
Back in 2014.
Back in 2014, you could go and get a copy of Alive for 15.
That's what I'm saying. And now with the market, it's
some
crazy.
Would sell this for $7 or $8.
And it's funny because maybe it's people like us who are keeping the market alive. Because
I guarantee it.
if young people aren't picking it up, then it's just then who cares?
Yeah,
who cares what you have? Unless somebody gives it value.
Dude, this has an $8 price. Of course, there
might
be a different sleeve.
No. This I guarantee that was the same sleeve. Guarantee that.
I didn't even see. I swear I didn't see that before. I said $7 or $8.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. I bought my first pressing of Love Gun.
Now this on eBay you could sell for $40.
Sure.
Easy.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't.
$40 to $50.
I probably wouldn't do that, but I do at some point. I do at some point plan on selling my stuff, hopefully in person at a Kiss Expo or an event or something like that. Because, we've been doing this for about 15 years now, and I've collected a lot of vinyl.
See, I've gotten rid of all of mine.
Yeah,
and then rebought all of the same ones.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Which is stupid. I'm still doing it.
Didn't you get a copy of the originals recently? Or did you already mention that?
I did. No, I haven't mentioned that yet.
Okay, for sure. But you did get a copy of the originals.
Well, yeah. So that's funny because, I apparently waste so much money because I find a copy, and then a couple months later I'll find a better copy.
Sure. Well,
and then I'll sell the other one.
That's life, man. Level up.
This was around November, December of last year. I was actually here in Indiana, and I went to that big antique store up in where it is.
Yep.
And they had a copy of the originals. It said second pressing up in the corner, so I knew it was an originals. But I had just gave mine to you, right?
Yeah.
Or was this after?
You gave me yours, I think, sometime last year.
And then apparently I didn't not having one, or because I had just started a project where I was, creating my own Kiss box sets.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Love that.
And I wanted to complete it, so I was like, well, I gave Xander my old copy. I see this one. You don't really see the originals very often. And it wasn't in great shape. The spine it was kind of falling apart. The vinyl were pretty good. Didn't have the booklet, but I bought it anyway just so I could put it in my collection. So I have the originals. Now, about a month or two ago, I'm at a different Reckless Records location in Chicago, and I'm walking by the counter and I see a stack of Kiss records. And so I wait for the guy to come over. And I said, what's the story on those? What are you doing with those? And he goes, we just got these in. We haven't priced them out yet. And I said, well, I'm interested. How long is it going to take to price them out? Should I come back tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, if you're, tell me which ones you're interested in. I could price them out right now. I said, just that one right there. And it's an original copy of the originals, super clean. The cover is almost no ring wear. Which is
That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
I know. That's one thing that, Just to Kill Alive in the originals.
Alive 2 is the worst for
Alive
ringwear.
2 and even Destroyer. Those all the old vintage Kiss records
for
suffer
me,
from
Kiss Alive and Alive 2
Alive especially.
They're hard as hell to find without ringwear.
Just to Kill
it's just part of it.
Yeah, because
and now you do not put your sleeves in the record at all, right?
No.
You always keep yours outside the record to prevent that kind of thing from happening. And I should do that, but I'm not as crazy about it as
dude,
some folks
the way
are.
I clean my records, the way I store them,
Sleeve them,
all kind of out there. But
for sure. But anyway, I'm sorry, originals.
Oh yeah, no, but I saw the originals and said definitely want that one. And he was looking at the vinyl and he said, okay, 2 of these are near mint, which Harder Than Hell and Just to Kill in the originals were near mint, almost looked like they weren't played. And the first album in there was VG plus, just very good condition, not quite near mint. But the whole set was just so clean. It was the cleanest copy of the originals I'd ever seen. And he gave me one price, and then a second later he goes, oh no, this was supposed to come with a booklet. The original came with the booklet.
Yep.
He said, so it doesn't have that. It's not a complete set. I'll knock it down like $10. So I ended up buying it for $50 or $60.
That's really $50 is really good for a copy of the originals, a near mint copy.
Oh, I know it's a beautiful copy. I'll have to show it sometime. So then I went on eBay. I was like, I really want a complete set. So I went on eBay and bought a mint copy of the booklet by itself.
There you go.
And the booklet cost just the same amount.
$50.
$60.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I went on eBay and I said I want a copy of that. And so someone was selling the
I didn't know that.
booklet only originals. So now I do have a complete original set that's very clean, and the booklet is awesome.
That's
I got
cool.
that in the mail. I buy a lot of stuff from eBay. I'm an eBay shopper.
Yeah, me too.
Through and through, because there's so much good stuff on there. And I had never actually seen the original booklet before, because we've both owned various copies of the originals, and we've never had the booklet, I don't think.
No. Did mine come with the booklet?
No.
It didn't?
No,
Sure.
this right now is the only... I had to buy it alone by itself.
Man, maybe I
on
need to go
eBay.
and try and get my own copy of the original, or find my own booklet, so I can have my own full set. But I didn't realize
if you could find one for good shape. Well, I mean, the one I bought was like perfect. It was.
Gosh, for sure.
It looks. I mean, I almost thought it was fake, but it's not.
Okay.
I almost thought it was, like someone just printed this up, but I was like, no, it's an original.
Nice.
It was just in such good shape, and it's kind of a thing. If you really want it, you're gonna pay the $60.
Yeah. No.
It's not. They're only selling the booklet, and if you need it, you need it. And he's got it, and I wanted it. So I was like, that's the same amount I pay for the actual 3-disc set, but man, it's a collector's item at this point.
Well, I was gonna say, and this is what we do.
old.
This is what we do.
This is it. You know what? I tell myself that all the time. I say, man, I'm going to another record store, and I say, you know what? This is outside of work. This is what I do.
This is why we work.
This is exactly why I work.
This is why we work.
I go and try to find cool stuff.
Absolutely. And you know
to
what?
Put in my apartment.
Speaking of cool
and
stuff,
talk about it.
I think I got some cool stuff.
That's my favorite thing.
Let's show some cool stuff. So it's been a while since you've been actually here on the show, so I have a few goodies for you to give you.
A few goodies.
So I think I did reach out to you and tell you that Tom Higgins from Classic 78 watched our show.
Absolutely.
And then ended up sending us some stuff. So he sent you some stuff too.
Little Kiss care package.
He kind of, yes.
With a K.
Yeah, so he sent each of us a Classic 78 t-shirt.
Dude. Oh.
And a copy of their newest album, Phantom.
Are you serious?
So have you heard of Classic 78? Do you know what these guys do?
Not quite.
So
no.
check this out. So let's go Tom Higgins and a couple other guys. The drummer on this is Anthrax drummer, believe it or not.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not. So it's just a few guys, and they write songs, record songs, and play songs in the style of classic Kiss.
Really?
So now this part isn't going to make it into the segment because I don't want to... you guys have to buy the album yourself, but I'm going to actually just go ahead and give Jeb a quick taste
Yeah, give me a sample.
of this really quick.
The shirt is awesome. Look at that. See, I love black and white, but I love simple designs like that. And that looks so clean and so nice.
Hell yeah.
Dude, the artwork on this is awesome.
I know, right? Look at the artwork on that.
Who did the artwork
His
on
name
that?
is Claudio
Wow.
Bergerman.
Wow.
And he made it very Ken Kelly, very 78.
It looks awesome.
You have all the Kiss instruments, the roller coaster, because of course, Kiss Phantoms.
Magic Mountain.
Can I see your phone real quick?
Yeah. Special thanks to Charlie Benante.
Yeah, that's
Anthrax.
Isn't that wild?
I know he was a Kiss fan.
He reached out because he heard the first 2 EPs and thought, hey, I love what you're doing, and if you ever need anybody to help out with this, let me know. And so he ended up recording the whole album, which I thought was kind of cool.
That is very cool.
So, yeah, I'm going to play you a song here real quick. This is called What You Gonna Do.
It does sound like Kiss. It's like Gene. Dude, how? Oh,
Here we go.
that sounds like Gene. Dude, the harmonies.
The Fet.
The phaser. That sounds like an unearthed Kiss song.
Isn't that fucking
That sounds
wild,
like
dude?
it sounds like it came right off Love Gun.
Is that not just the craziest?
Rock and roll over.
The craziest thing.
Dude, it's
I kind of
like-
want to hear this. This is called Live in Fantasy. I want to hear this one again.
Put off this one.
Paul solo album. It's all right. Sounds like something from '78.
Who's singing this? The same guy?
So, I think Tom does the Gene and the Ace, and then some guy named Joe does the Paul Stanley, and then Charlie's on drums, and then Tom writes the songs and plays lead guitar. King of Nighttime World.
Oh yeah, Peter's vibes. I mean. Dude, the vocal, dude, everything is killing me about that. That sounds legitimate, dude.
Isn't that the craziest thing?
That sounds like the Kiss album that
never
released.
existed. And that is exactly the goal of this whole entire project.
Dude, the harmonies, the vocals are unbelievable.
You're going to have a great time going home, driving home, jamming that out, dude.
Dude, it's like a new Kiss album.
It really is.
It's like the album between Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun.
The premise is that instead of the solo albums and Dynasty, you know, what was going to be the next album after you had Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, and then what?
Kiss album.
Not solo albums, not double platinum, not Dynasty, Classic 78. And so that's kind of their shtick.
Classic
is like
78?
What would happen in 78?
Do they have any other albums?
Yes, so they have Side 1 EP, Side 2 EP, and this is their third one, Phantoms. Wow. And I believe you can go to Classic 78's website and either purchase the downloads, the CDs, or whatever, but Tom was very gracious to send us all 3 T-shirts and our own CDs. So
I love that.
It's pretty awesome.
So cool. I cannot wait to listen to it. Again, the artwork's phenomenal. From what I heard, the music is spot on.
It's crazy.
Like I don't even know where I would begin to start a project like that.
No, I know, right? Well, apparently Tom just like back in the day, like in 2009, was thinking like, you know, how easy, how hard would it be to write a Kiss song? Could I do it? And then he started like pretending like to sing like them, and then it just became a project. And like I said, Charlie got a hold of him and was like, "Hey, I'm here, man." And
Charlie's like, "Yeah, whenever you're ready." Yeah.
And he was like, "You want to do one song?" He goes, "No, I'm gonna do the whole album." So it's like, okay, great.
That's so cool.
How awesome is that?
Reminds me of that Elder cover album where they actually did cover the album.
The Dark Light. That or whatever it was. The one that I showowed you.
Yeah, I borrowed that CD. I listened to that so many times. I fell in love with that CD.
Ancient Door is what it was. Ancient Door.
So good. And, little Kiss related project like, projects like that are so cool when they're done right. And this seems to be a really good homage.
Yeah.
To the original, classic Kiss band. So I'm glad. That's super cool, man.
Yeah, I think you're gonna dig it whenever you get to actually. Listen to the full album in the car. Smoke and Mirrors is the one that is an Ace song, a Spaceman song.
Yeah.
And it sounds like something straight off of either 78 solo album or Unmasked or Dynasty or right around there. And it's just like The Craft. And again, you heard a couple of those songs. They put homages to Kiss's music in their songs to make it really feel. It's just everything about it is super cool. And I knew and this has been a couple months, so I knew I've been waiting to give this to you. So that's just one gift I have for you because
more goodness.
I also wanted to give you this. I have an extra one of these.
Hey!
So we went to the Kiss Expo in 2013 where Gene was a special guest. And
I actually don't have one of
I didn't think you did. And I have that one, and I have one over there that's actually signed by Gene.
Right.
And so I thought, well, this one's just sitting here around, so I got a frame for you and thought you could put that up and just have that as a little reminder of
because
that awesome event.
We were freaking there, man.
What a great event that was.
I mean, we received the old, you can't see it because I'm in front of it, but the Monster picture disc signed by Gene.
Oh, yeah, they've seen it. I've showed it many times. And then we had the pass up there.
Sweet.
And so, yeah, I thought, well, I had to take it.
Yes, I do have the pass, and I have a little card. So this is really cool.
Yeah, you can put your pass there in the corner or print out your picture with Gene.
Shadow box or something. I really want to do a shadow box with all my Kiss tickets, or I want to do some kind of art piece with some confetti and Kiss. All my Kiss tickets.
Well, that'd be awesome. I tell you what, we have a couple frames that somebody, one of our uncles, gave us a few years ago that I meant to do a shadow box of the End of the Road tour, but it hadn't finished yet. And now that it has, I still haven't got around to it. So I may give one of those frames to you and we'll see what you think. But I also, I'm going to give you a couple more of these.
Yeah, I need some stickers, man.
I know you need a new sticker for your phone, so I'll give you a new End of the Road sticker. But all right, I've given Jeb enough. He's also given me something, so we are even. Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Now I want to open some stuff for me.
Yeah. Now the main event.
I think I'm going to start with this here first, and I may actually need to get the Kiss knife out. When's the last time we had the Kiss knife out? It's been a while.
I get it, dude. Every time I see a USPS thing at my place, I'm like, I recognize that name.
Yeah, so our good friend Johnny always likes to hook me up with stuff, make sure I'm informed. And so he sent us this. This was for free, too. So this is a literal gift. So thank you so much, Johnny.
Johnny's amazing.
Johnny is, dude. He's
Great friend.
We've known him for several years now. Every concert, every expo, we like to go and get hooked up with him. And so I do know what this is, but I'm not going to say it until I get it out and can actually show everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna spoil it.
So here we have a small little, actually, no, let's see, it's 18 inches by 21 inches of Kiss fabric.
What?
So he picked this up for very, very cheap and said, hey.
That's interesting.
He wanted to send us some Kiss fabric, which I love. And it's the first album, too, which is kind of fitting because this is obviously the 50th anniversary of the first album.
Yeah, it's official from 2022 Kiss catalog.
Yeah, and I never knew anything about it. He was like, you heard about this? I said, no. And he goes, well, guess what? You got some coming your way.
Sold through a company called Fat Quarter.
Fat Quarter. Yeah, I never heard of it, honestly.
That is so random. It's so cool.
And I'm wondering, like...
Did you find that in some store?
I think so. I think
that's cool.
He found it on sale or found it for like $2.50, very cheap.
Dude, if I saw that, I'd be like, give me that shit.
Yeah, so he bought like a few of them and then was kind enough to send me one.
Cool.
And I'm not sure whether this is going to be something I keep like this, or if I can think of something to actually make or sew or have somebody make.
Kiss pillow.
You know what? You remember that Kiss pillow I made back in the day but never finished?
A long time ago.
The latch hook Kiss pillow?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe this could be the...
That would be bad.
That would be cool, man.
Sick.
Yeah, that could be really cool. So I'll put that here. We did get an envelope here from Johnny. It says, look inside. So it looks like we have a bonus gift.
Look inside.
What is this? It's End of the Road. What the...
There's no way.
There's no note. There's no nothing. Do I even show this?
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure. Do what?
Tobacco rolling paper.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, so this is Kiss End of the Road tobacco rolling papers. This
who made that?
I don't know.
I see that.
Dude, okay. So many questions here. This is the most random item I've received in a long time.
Two of the most random.
The Kiss fabric and...
You could literally never have guessed what was in this.
No. I saw it and it said, look inside. And I was like, oh, what's it going to be? A ticket or
someone made this. That's amazing.
Somebody... I wonder who did.
Is that what? Is that that's confetti?
No, it's not. Is it confetti or is it a blunt wrap? I don't know what we're looking at.
It looks like a... I don't know. That's so cool, though.
Okay, for now, I'm going to say it's tobacco rolling
what
paper.
If this is a piece of confetti from the last show?
See, I have confetti from the last show. Kind of.
One more.
I don't know what this is.
Johnny, you got to give us the full
Johnny, man, I may have to message him and say, is this what I think it is?
What if it's not what we think it is and we just...
Our minds went right to it. Well, hey, I mean...
Blunt wraps.
It looks like blunt wraps to me.
Hey, that's good, though.
Yeah, End of the Road.
I mean, it's packaged just like a zigzag.
I could have had these in Rosemont with the boys. Could have had a circle.
Could have had one last good one on the
end
of the road.
One for Gene.
End of the circle.
That's hilarious. No, I love this. I did not expect this.
That's staying in the collection.
That's great. Thank you so much for that. I love the random stuff, and that right there just takes the cake. That just takes the cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another fun item here.
Oh, I smell a poster.
You smell a poster, yeah. So this is a poster, but it's a special poster because, let's see, I don't even know how long ago it was at this point, but Brant actually gave me the lowdown on this poster.
Of course,
he showed this poster on a recent episode. I had him and Rob on, and he showed this poster that Rob and I, when we saw it, we just flipped out and said we have to have it. So you want to take this and hold one end, and then
I'm excited to see
we'll just unravel it together.
Oh, it's a felt.
It's a blacklight poster
of the current lineup with the Monster logo.
How awesome is that,
dude?
Look at the colors on that. Look at the colors, man. 2021.
2021.
How did this miss us?
What? Dude, you find this in some head shop?
He found this at one of his local record stores.
Yeah.
And went back to see if they had more, and they did not. But he sent me the link to it on Amazon, and so I said add to cart. So let's go ahead and try and show the people here. Look at this amazing blacklight poster featuring the current lineup from.
You gotta get them.
Around 2014, it looks like Monster Outfit's 40th anniversary.
But
right around there, 2014. But
yeah, no, it's like right around Kiss 40.
I don't know how this missed me. But I'm so glad that I have it, and I hope Rob was able to get a copy. But this is going on that wall over there, I think.
Well, it's so cool because you've got 2 other Blacklight?
3.
3?
The solo albums, You Wanted the Best, and the one that Dad had from over
You
there.
Wanted the Best as a Blacklight?
It's a Blacklight poster. I bought that at Karma too.
I had no idea.
It's also from 95. They're all 3 from 95. Oh. Same series, but I bought it 10 years ago from Karma for like $10.
Absolutely.
How do they have that? I don't know.
That is such
but
a
look
cool,
at this.
The current lineup on it. It's like it's kind of a vintage thing too.
I've never seen the
well,
current
that's a
lineup
good
on this
freaking
poster.
find.
So
this Brant found that.
Yeah, so Brant found this at his local record store, gave me the lowdown on it, sent me the link.
Wow.
Thank you for the hookup, bro. See, we have some cool Kiss friends
Who
posters
rule, man.
put this up with some pretty sweet stuff. So, is that it? Nope. Of course not. I have one last item. And this one is... It's what?
Never enough.
It's Never Enough. That's a good song. That was the 3rd single off of Monster, or Sonic Boom, I believe.
Yeah, not Monster.
No, that was the 3rd single off of... that song is actually really good. That song, a lot of folks like to talk about that and Dangerous as being terrible songs. Dude, I listened to... It was...
Dangerous is one of my favorites.
I listened to Take It Off of Revenge.
Yeah.
And then the next song in the playlist was Never Enough from Sonic Boom. And hearing those 2 back to back made me like Sonic Boom even more because I was like, dude, Paul is at the top. It was just
wow.
It was just good stuff. Anyway, so this is a special item because I'm doing something kind of fun from now until episode 100. This happened by accident, but I'm calling it Kiss Merch of the Year. So I usually do Kiss Merch of the Week on the Facebook page, Instagram page, Spotlight, one piece in the collection a week. And I thought this happened in episode 88. I showed something from 1988 since it was episode 88 and thought, okay, well, how fun would it be to try and show something from that year, depending on what episode it is, right? So this is episode 91. I need to show something from 91. And this I knew was going to be hard to do. Once you get in the late 90s, it'll be pretty easy. Yeah, but the early 90s are going to be kind of hard.
Hot in the Shade tour, and then in between that
and Revenge.
You could have done, I mean...
And 91, I was like...
gave rock and roll to you.
I said, I don't have anything for 91.
91's one of those off years.
They didn't play a single show in 91.
Wow.
Which is kind of wild to me.
That is wild.
So I thought, well, what's the only thing to get from 91? So everything else so far I've had in the collection, this is the one thing I had to actually buy
specifically
to fit this slot. But that's okay, because it actually ends up rounding out my collection in some way, because I've never had a copy of God Gave Rock and Roll to You single from the Bill and Ted soundtrack.
Bogus Journey. Dude.
Bogus Journey, yeah. So... It's funny how, again, we've always... This is a great movie.
That's 1991.
1991 is when this came out. And it's got God Gave Rock and Roll to You. Yeah, it does, which is kind of odd. How is that? It's been pasted on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that. It's been... Someone taped it on there. So somebody taped a picture from the Psycho Circus era. I wonder if there's another picture of Kiss with Now makeup underneath it that someone didn't like.
That would be hilarious. Where did you buy that from?
I don't know. I bought it from eBay.
Okay, so yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I bought it from eBay. I bought it pretty cheap. It's just the single. It says a fully non-bogus CD single. But it says... Eric Carr version, right? It has, yes. No, Eric Carr was never actually on the drums. I found that out. It was always Eric Singer. It was re-recorded for Revenge. So Eric Singer recorded it here on drums and then re-recorded it again for Revenge, but kept the same vocal track.
Unbelievable.
If I am wrong, please correct me. Because we always thought that because there was the single version and then the version on Revenge, and you hear the clear production differences in the drums.
Well, Eric did die.
I thought that it could have been tracked in 90.
Sure.
It could have been tracked in early 91, whatever. So we always kind of just thought that original single version was Eric Carr on the drums. And I believe a few years ago somebody corrected me, or I looked something up and found out that it was actually not actually the case. But you do hear Eric Carr's vocals. Obviously, you hear him in the backing track. You hear him in the background vocals. So it has God Gave Rock and Roll to You by Kiss. It is an edited version. It has Junior's Gone Wild, performed by King's X, and it also has Shouted Out by Slaughter.
Hey, Slaughter.
So, I'm not familiar with those two songs.
Kiss tie-in.
Absolutely.
Okay, there's a reference.
So it comes with 3 songs as opposed to just the one. But so here is my item for 91.
Let's see that.
For episode 91.
Oh, man. CD singles are such a funny, cool thing.
And I do, at this point, have a couple. I have Hell or Hallelujah, a single.
That's cool.
The single for Hell or Hallelujah. Yes. I want to get a single for Martin and Delilah because that is our song.
Yes.
That, is our era. Well, then, it's all our era, but obviously we were around then, so...
Put Your Faith on a Loud Guitar right there.
Does it really?
Cool. Yeah, that's nice.
That's super cool. I did not notice that.
Put that on a sticker on a t-shirt.
But yeah, well, this has been a really fun episode.
This is a German pressing. It was made in Germany.
Is it really?
Yeah.
For sure. That's pretty awesome.
Really cool. Yeah, I've seen this on vinyl, actually, a picture disc.
What?
Yeah, I could probably still get it.
God Gave Rock and Roll to You?
Yeah, this exact.
With the Grim Reaper and Bill and Ted on the front? Dude, that's awesome.
On a picture it is.
That's pretty killer.
I've seen it before. I could probably go find it again because I don't know who's wanting that. Maybe I'll buy it.
That'd be good for your collection.
No.
It'd be good for your box set.
Yeah, this was must have been a European thing only. Because it's, well, there it says France. Here it says Warner Music UK. And then here it says Germany. So I think this was a
This is an EU project.
European.
The whole European.
exclusive.
Yeah, the Europeans got together and said, we need to make the ultimate Kiss single.
Maybe that's so weird seeing the Kiss logo on the same thing as Keanu Reeves, who is now as big as movie star as ever.
Oh, absolutely.
With the whole, I don't even.
I've never
seen
see
the John Becker movies.
I still want to see the third Bill and Ted because the first two I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
I would love to go back and rewatch the first two because they were good movies.
Those were freaking funny.
And the fact that Kiss made it into the movie is pretty awesome. And they play Kiss's music at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
And it was the lead single. It's like,
I
yes.
was watching Station on there.
Station! I know.
I gotta look up a picture of it because I don't even
Station?
remember. I don't remember what it looks like. I just remember it being really
That was
funny.
definitely like some 90s puppeteering going on or some 90s. That was some good 90s practical effects. They don't do it like
that
that
was
anymore.
real. That's why it was funny, is because it looked like the Yoda from the Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Ugly looking son of a bitch.
Golly, no doubt. And then they replaced it with CG, thank goodness.
You gotta put up a picture of this
Oh, I'm going to.
stupid thing when we talk about it. It's just the ugliest thing.
What was it, Station? Wasn't it like
I
two
don't know
aliens
what the
that
hell
merged
it-
into one? Station. Yeah, that thing's ugly as hell. Man, that was like Chewie's uncle.
Dude, I swear every time that. And then there were two little guys.
Yeah, they were two.
Into one.
And they morphed into one.
Just, I don't know why it looks so funny to me. Those ugly fat bodies. Anyway.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Well, I tell you what a way to end the episode right there, right? This has been a lot of fun. Just talking about our recent buys, vinyl buys, and showing some cool Kiss stuff. This has been fun. Hey, one thing I didn't mention was that you know that the vault, Gene Simmons' vault. So I saw online recently where Gene is now finally selling the vault just as the CD set.
What?
For $80, you can get all of.
Is it for sale right now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Where? On his website?
As soon as we get done here, I will show you.
I'm gonna buy it, dude. Right
I will
now.
show you.
I'm gonna buy
it comes
it because
with,
I've wanted that.
It's like all 11 CDs, and it comes in a book.
Dude,
a nice book. It's finally here without all the glitz and glamour. It's just the music.
I'm gonna buy that.
We've been waiting for it. I've been debating on it too. It's just one of those things where I'm like, $100 for that? I don't know, but gotta have it. Gotta have it.
I'm glad he's doing that.
Well, it took forever. I was like, they've got to have the vault with just the CDs because you could make so much more money. Because more people were wanting it than not wanting it. It's just that it was a price barrier.
Oh yeah,
you know,
or put it on Spotify or something.
Sure. So this way we actually get the vault with just the music.
That's all I wanted.
So I will definitely show you guys that. Thank you everybody for joining us on the first episode 91. Of the Kiss Army Things podcast. 90. Did you ever think when we did this back in the day that it would end up at 91?
No.
We started out. The first episode was.
Well, I didn't last till 91. You lasted till 91.
Well, but we started it in the show itself, and you're still here at episode 91. It's crazy.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
91.
Really
that's approaching. Give it
the big 1-0.
Give it a couple months or whatever.
Yep. It'll be not only episode 100, but also the third anniversary. In May is when it becomes the third anniversary. So
that's so cool.
And we have you guys to thank because without you guys, it would just be me and him talking about Kiss in his room, which we would do no matter what. But we're glad that you're here. We're glad you're joining us. And so like, subscribe, follow Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This is where it's at. Jeb, thank you so much for taking time. I know you ran out of money bag, but
no, that was so good.
I'm glad you came. And talk to Kiss with me, so
you
walked away with some gifts too,
dude. I'm thrilled about the shirt. I cannot wait to listen to the CD. This is awesome. The Gene Simmons thing. I haven't seen that image in forever.
I know, right?
The anniversary.
I hope there's another expo this year. That's what we need.
Gotta get a Kiss Expo.
I need it.
We have to get a Kiss Expo.
Spring's in the air. The sun's out.
Even if they don't have any guests, I need to see the records. So
it would be so easy to just. Yeah, no, I've been telling people we need to do our own.
Kiss tribute band?
I've been telling people we need to do our own.
That'd be free.
Just rent out a space, call...
Or the Holiday Inn.
Ballroom. That's right.
It's expensive, but
it is expensive, but we charge tickets and...
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who knows? Maybe we'll do our own Kiss Expo one day. We'll see.
That would be amazing.
But for now, this is episode 91 of the Kiss Army Things podcast. You're with Xander.
And Jeb.
Peace out. Rock on.